Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? We're going to look through this book today and complete random pages, and I'm going to read you all about the flags of different countries in the world. Who knows where we'll go in today's video is going to be very much randomized, but we can definitely start with the Philippines. Okay, I hope you enjoy this video and find it relaxing. Let me know in a comment where you would like me to do next time if I don't cover it in today's video. Philippines, located here, this is China. These are the Indonesian and Malaysian islands, Papua New Guinea, Australia, Thailand and Vietnam over here, so the Philippine Islands are here. This is the pretty flag, beautiful flag of the Philippines. This white part here, the triangle symbolizes purity and peace. The sun and stars, we can see the sun there and 3 5-pointed stars here. They represent the 3 main areas of the country, Luzon, the Visayas and Mindanao. Blue represents patriotism and red bravery. The flag was first used by Filipino nationalists in exile while the Spanish still controlled the islands. When they were ceded to the USA, the Philippines became far more autonomous, and the flag was flown freely from 1898. It was banned by the Americans from 1907 to 1919, and the Stars and Stripes was flown exclusively on the islands. The sun and stars are Masonic in origin. The 8 rays of the sun are for the 8 provinces that revolted against the Spanish. The 3 stars represent the country's 3 main geographical areas. White stands for purity and peace, red for bravery, blue for patriotism. When used at war, the red stripe is flown at the top of the flag, representing courage. This is the President's flag, a ring of 52 white stars of Manila. The sun is taken from the national flag. The 3 stars and a golden sea lion were adapted from the arms of Manila. That was super interesting to start. I've gone straight to El Salvador. So let's look at that next. El Salvador, here, this is Mexico, USA, this is Colombia, Panama. So El Salvador is here. And it's got this darker blue compared to Honduras, with a different center. The flag is modelled on the flag of the United Provinces of Central America. The title of the state, while it was a part of the United Provinces of Central America, surrounds the emblem. The emblem is surrounded by 5 flags, recalling the original 5 United Provinces of Central America. That makes a lot of sense, actually, when you consider that many of them have similar flags. El Salvador, Honduras, and Nicaragua, for example. The flag of Central America was used as the national flag until 1865, when a flag based on these stars and stripes was adopted, with blue and white stripes and a red canton. The canton is usually the bit over here, containing 9 stars. In 1912, the original design was readopted, with the arms of El Salvador positioned in the center. Triangles and volcanoes. The coat of arms is similar to those of the United Provinces of Central America. The emblem is based on the Masonic triangle for equality. There's 2 in a row we've had Masonic. And depicts the 5 original provinces with 5 volcanoes. Around the triangle are 5 national flags and a wreath tied in the national colours. This is the arms, which is in the middle here. of El Salvador. A triangle representing equality. The motto of Central America, Dios, Unión, Libertad, meaning God, Union, Liberty. And it says República de El Salvador, interesting, it's not del Salvador, de El Salvador, en la América Central, the Cap of Liberty, and 5 volcanoes representing the original United Provinces. Where are we going next? Ooh, Turkmenistan. If you don't know anything about Turkmenistan, I'm not surprised, but it's here, next to Kazakhstan, just above Pakistan, and Afghanistan, and Iran. And across this inland, huge inland lake, the Caspian Sea is not a sea though, is Azerbaijan and Turkey and Armenia, Georgia. Turkmenistan, beautiful flag by the way. The 5 designs are representative of traditional carpet patterns. Each star represents one of the 5 Turkmen regions. Green is a colour revered in Turkmenistan. The wreath of olive leaves is identical to that on the United Nations flag and was added in 1997. The original design of the flag was adopted on the 19th of February 1992 following a competition and is based on national traditions. In the official interpretation, the 5 stars stand for the new regions established by the Constitution of 1992. The carpet design contains 5 medallions or gules, which represent the traditional designs used by the tribes who produced the country's famous carpets. The wreath of olive leaves was added in 1997 to immoralize the policy of neutrality declared by Turkmenistan in 1995. Odd wording, but okay. The state emblem recalls the region's important agricultural products and famous horses. The state emblem of Turkmenistan, 5 gules from the national flag, which are these things again. Cotton and wheat featured on the emblem of the former Soviet Republic of Turkmenistan. An Akhaltekin horse, famed in Turkmenistan. Cotton, which represents the country's most important agricultural product. G'day. I've gone over to Australia. I mean, Australia is just Australia, isn't it? But it's to the southern hemisphere, as the name in Latin suggests. Aus would mean like southern, I think. The Union Jack is retained in the canton. Yeah, canton's this part here. The stars are the Southern Cross, and the points of the Commonwealth Star represent the members of the Federation. Because the curious thing about Australia is it still has the royal family of the United Kingdom as its, well, as part of the Commonwealth, so they are, I can't remember the exact word for it now, it's slipped my mind. The first national flag was adopted in 1901, following various design competitions, but its use was restricted. It includes a blue ensign and 3 motifs, celebrating key aspects of Australian statehood. The Southern Cross. This constellation is visible throughout the year in southern night skies, which is why we can't see it here in the UK. And has been used as a navigational aid for centuries. It helped guide early European ships to the continent and became a popular emblem for the new settlers. The 5 stars of the cross appear on the fly, which is that part of it, with 7 points for the brightest stars and 5 for the lesser Epsilon Crucis. The Union Jack, first flown on Australian soil by the explorer Captain Cook in 1770. It was the national flag from 1788 and remained the official citizen's land flag until 1954. It occupies the canton, denoting Australia's historical links with the UK. The Commonwealth Star This large star affirms the federal nature of the government in Australia. Originally there were 6 points for the 6 federal states. The 7th point was added in 1909 to represent the Northern Territory, together with the 6 other external territories administered by the Australian federal government. I want to just show you the Australian Aboriginal flag as well, and the Torres Strait Islander flag. So it says Australia has 2 official flags for its First Nations. Artist Harold Thomas designed this flag in 1971. Black represents the Aboriginal people, red the red ochre earth, and the yellow disc the sun. Giver of life and protection. It became an official Australian flag in 1995. I remember seeing it in the Sydney Olympics for the first time. Torres Strait Islander flag. Green represents the land, blue the Torres Strait, the white star, the 5 main island groups, and the white dowry headdress the Torres Strait Islander peoples. The flag was designed by Bernard Namok and became official in 1995. Ooh, Sri Lanka. This is a nice one. So Sri Lanka is located, it's called the teardrop, I think, of India. So India is there, China's here, Pakistan is there, Iran there, and Sri Lanka is just off the coast of India, almost like a little drop of tear running off into the ocean. Sri Lanka, orange represents the Hindus. The 4 people leaves here are Buddhist symbols. Green represents Muslims. The sword is a symbol of authority. The original flag of Sri Lanka featured just the lion and the sword on a red field, recalling that the Sinhalese word for lion, Sinhala, is the basis of the island's name. The flag's yellow border symbolised the protection of the nation by Buddhism. The flag was derived from the flag of the Sinhalese kingdom of Kandy. It proved unpopular with minority groups. So vertical bands of green for Muslims and orange for the Hindu Tamils were added in 1951. When the country's name changed from Ceylon to Sri Lanka in 1972, 4 leaves were added. They denote the tree under which Siddhartha sat when he received enlightenment and became the Buddha. This version of the flag was in official use from 1978. This was the flag of Kandy we spoke about just there. The lion flag was the national flag of Ceylon prior to 1815 when it became a British colony. The finials are derived from the spire on top of a Buddhist temple. Very interesting. Monaco. Monaco is a tiny city-state just to the south coast of France, near the border with Italy. It's quite famous for being a playground of the rich and famous, having a port where everyone parks their mega yachts. And of course the Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix. I believe there is no tax in Monaco, which is why rich people go there, I suppose. And when the football player Kylian Mbappe, who now plays for Real Madrid, played for the club Monaco, which plays in the French league, he got bought by Paris Saint-Germain, but just to equal the same wages he was on at Monaco, Paris Saint-Germain had to pay him twice the amount because on his high wage he was getting a 50% tax in France. So yeah, they had to double his wage just to give him the same amount that he was earning in Monaco. The bicolour design is common on other national flags and is often used as a background for heraldic livery. Never seen this word before. Red and white are the heraldic colours of the Grimaldi family, The present bicolour design was adopted in 1881 under Prince Charles III. It is identical to the far younger Indonesian national flag, except in its statutory proportions, which are 4 to 5 compared to 2 to 3. The Grimaldi coat of arms which appears on the state flag is the traditional one of the princely family and consists of a shield supported by 2 monks bearing swords. The device alludes to the legend of 1297, in which the Grimaldis conquered Monaco after entering the city with soldiers disguised as monks. Earlier Monegasque flags, that's the adjective of someone from Monaco, Monegasque or Monegasque, incorporated the Grimaldi shield and a crown on a white field. So there's the princely crown, the Grimaldi motto Deo Juvante, with God's help, and the collar of the Order of St. Charles surrounds a shield of red and white or silver. The Netherlands. So the Netherlands, just to the north of France and Belgium, across the water from England and next to Germany. In the mid-17th century, red, rather than orange, was made the official colour. So we have red, it is an orangey red though, white and blue. Blue and white originally represent faith in God. The first stadtholder, or ruler, of the Dutch Republic was William of Orange, who joined with Dutch nationalists and led the struggle for independence from Spain. The Prinsvlag, partly out of respect for him, the first flag adopted by the Dutch was a horizontal tricolour of orange, white and blue. See page 20. Oh, tricolour, to explain what a tricolour was. It became known as the Prinsenvlag and was based on the livery of William of Orange. The orange dye was particularly unstable and tended to turn red after a while. So in the mid-17th century, red was made the official colour. The flag has flown since then, but was only confirmed by royal decree in 1937. Of course, the Dutch football team play in orange to represent Willem of Orange as well. William Film, I think is in Dutch. As the first revolutionary flag, it has had a seminal influence throughout the world, particularly on the pan-Slavic colours of Russia. Really? Until about 1800, in the case of both the orange and red striped versions, the number of stripes on their order frequently varied. Arms of the Netherlands. The Dutch coat of arms depicts a golden lion on a blue shield, holding a sword and a sheaf of arrows. It is a combination of the coat of arms of the Dutch Republic and that of the House of Orange. The 7 arrows represent the 7 original provinces in the Netherlands. And then we've got some provincial flags here of places like Drenthe, Friesland, Groningen, Limburg, North Holland, Overijssel, Utrecht, and some of the overseas territories of Aruba, Curaçao, Bonaire, and Sint Maarten. Let's go to Mali in Africa. So you can see North Africa here, Morocco, this is Algeria, Egypt is over there, this is Mali. Green, yellow and red are the Pan-African colours. The style of the flag is modelled on the French tricolour. The flag adopted in 1959 for the Confederation was an imitation of the flag of Ghana. Are they in alphabetical order? No, they're not. But following the style of the French tricolour, it was charged with a black emblem known as a kanaga, a stylized human figure. The colours were intended to reflect a unity with other African nations. After the two countries split up in 1960, the flag was kept for use in Mali until the 1st of March 1961, when the black figure was dropped. Mali also has a seal, like those of other former French colonies. Upon a light blue background it displays the Mosque of Genet between two bows and arrows. Above the mosque is a dove of peace, and below it is a rising sun set in gold. The title of the state, République du Mali, the Great Mosque of Genet, central Mali, the dove of peace, a bow and arrow, the national motto, Un peuple, un but, une foi, meaning one people, one goal, one faith. Somalia. Somalia is on the Horn of Africa here. We can see Egypt, then Sudan, then Ethiopia, and then Somalia on this tip here across the water from Saudi Arabia and Yemen. The five-pointed Star of Unity represents the branches of the Somali ethnic group in Ethiopia, Kenya, Djibouti, and the former British and Italian colonies. The blue is the same as that used by the United Nations. It is a lovely blue as well, isn't it, I think? The flag was adopted by the Italian trusteeship territory in 1954 on the basis of the blue and white flag of the United Nations, which was supervising the territory at the time. It was retained when Somalia became independent in 1960. The five-pointed star is said to stand for the five branches of the Somali ethnic group, including those living in Ethiopia, Djibouti and Kenya. The arms of Somalia. The coat of arms was adopted in 1956. The leopards, which support the shield and the white star, were also found in the arms during the Italian administration. The shield is based on the national flag. Below the shield are two palm branches and two spears. The supporters are leopards. A leopard also featured on the shield of the colonial arms. Okay, I think I'll try and do one more. Dominica. Dominica is a really small island in the Caribbean. You can see Cuba here. This is Florida, the United States. This is Venezuela, so just north of Venezuela. So yellow recalls the original inhabitants. The star represents the 10 parishes. White symbolizes the region's pure water. The Cicero parrot is unique to Dominica, and black is for the fertile soil. The flag adopted in 1978 features the national bird, the Cicero parrot, which also appears on the coat of arms granted on the 21st of July 1961. This parrot can only be found in Dominica. It is an endangered species. Only a few pairs remain. Oh dear. The green field represents the lush vegetation of the island. The cross represents the Christian faith and its Holy Trinity. Its three colours recall the indigenous peoples, the fertile soil and the pure water. The 10 stars stand for the 10 parishes, and the red disc for social justice. The flag of the president has a dark green shield. A dark green field with the coat of arms in the centre, crowned with a British lion. It depicts palm trees, a local frog species, and the sea. Here's the frog there. The national motto is in Creole, Après Bondy, c'est la terre, meaning after the good Lord, we love the soil. Two Cicero parrots support the coat of arms. Very good. Oh, I think I'm going to do one more. I've got time for one more. Italy. If you don't know where Italy is, it is here, sticking into the Mediterranean, the boot. France is there, Spain is over here, Britain's there, Greece is down here. Green was said to be Napoleon's favourite colour. The first vertical tricolour was used until 1814 and was readopted in 1861. The Italian tricolour comes from the standard designed by Napoleon during the Italian campaign of 1796. The colouring was influenced by the French tricolour, at first appearing in horizontal bands. The vertical tricolour was introduced in 1798, but was only used until 1814. It was reintroduced when the new Kingdom of Italy was formed in 1861. When the monarchy ended in 1946, the coat of arms of the House of Savoy was removed from the flag. The present flag was officially adopted in 1948. Italian civil ensign. The most famous seafaring states of ancient Italy are commemorated in the quarters of the civil ensign. The winged lion of St. Mark represents Venice. The Maltese cross recalls Amalfi. The cross of St. George represents Genoa. And the Pisan cross stands for Pisa. Ecco. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely did. I haven't used this book for a little while. I'll show you what it's called in case you want to pick it up. It does make a little noise as I close it. Hang on. No, okay. It's called The Complete Flags of the World, the Ultimate Pocket Guide. You know, because obviously us carry things like this around in our pockets. Just in case you want to know on the hoof, like you're on the subway, you want to know what the flag of Brazil means, then we can look it up. And it's by Dorling Kindersley DK Books, who I love. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you give it a little like and leave a comment and let me know where to look at for next time. I haven't used this book in such a long time. Many of you newer subscribers will never have seen me do videos in it like I used to a couple of years ago. And do subscribe if you're new to the channel so you don't miss that video. And join me on Patreon if you love what I do and want to see each video every single week, up to a week earlier than everyone else, plus 2 extra videos a month. Okay, thank you so much for watching everyone, take care, and I'll see you very, very soon.